Derek is back, but nobody cares. They don't like the fact that he's been lying. They don't like the fact that he doesn't address the allegations, that he hasn't responded to Coach Greg. Why would Derek address it? He would lose. Coach Greg, and in today's video, Derek is back, or at least what's left of him. Derek is well known for having the bowling ball shoulders, that massive physique, standing well over 6 feet tall and at his heaviest 260 pounds. He was open, honest, and transparent and admitted to using and abusing performance-enhancing drugs. But since that time, he decided to only go on HRT. He realized that not only was it affecting his hair, but it was also taking years away from his life. Many people say, you go on steroids and then you keep those gains for life. I disagree with you. Case in point. Let's look at Derek before. Check out the shoulders, the width, the mass, standing there in his tank top. He looks bigger than me. Now, mind you, we've seen his legs. They're not quite up to par, but his upper body, it's actually very impressive. Or shall I say, it was very impressive. He had a passion for lifting weights, and he shared that with the world. But since that time, he doesn't give a shit. Do you really think that Derek cares about how wide his shoulders are? The aesthetics? Derek has tens, if not hundreds of millions of dollars. I have no idea. But I do know that he's doing all right. And so, do you really think he cares what y'all think about him? About his physique? About the fact that his company, or the company he's a part of, Gorilla Mind, is selling fake ajuga? None of you care about that. You don't care if he lies to you. All you care about is that Derek comes back and says he's juiced to the socks, that he uses big words and shares his stupendous vocabulary. He posts a video, "It's back." And by it, he's not referring to his physique because there's hardly anything left. The return of the king, Gorilla Mind Rush. And so a man with over 2 million followers who hadn't posted in months, he managed to accrue 31,000 views in 3 days. And so Derek is back, but nobody cares. People have given up on him. They don't like the fact that he's been lying. They don't like the fact that he doesn't address the allegations, that he hasn't responded to Coach Greg, that he's simply dodging the fact that he has been lying to you, scamming you. And I have the receipts, the proof. Turkplex, it ain't Ajuga turkestanica. The plant that's been claimed, but we don't claim it has turkesterone. We don't claim this, we don't claim that. Yeah. Right-click the URL, turkesterone. The turkesterone molecule on the bottle. And so we all know HDLD supplements, the only one selling actual Ajuga turkestanica. The rest, we just don't know. If it's coming from China, it's probably cyanosis, a copycat plant, and it sells for next to nothing. I was offered $5.85. I said no. Well, but Coach Greg is selling snake oil. Nope. I said no to the snake oil. What do you want me to do? Let's now press play on this video. The return of the king, who's looking more like, the jester. I'm not going to say a queen.
What is this thing?
What is this thing? AK, what is this that I'm looking at? I mean, it's the exact same sauna background. It's the same exact lighting, the camera. Derek wasn't photoshopping his physique. This is how he actually looks. You can see he's aged perhaps 10 years. I showed him to my staff and they said, how old is he? I said, I don't know, about 29. They said, he looks at least 39. You used to worship this guy who doesn't have the balls to even say his last name. Doesn't say where he lives, doesn't disclose anything. He just yaps a lot with big words, abused steroids, and sold you a lie. And in his return, why did he return? To help people, to educate them on important topics of the world. He came back to sell Gorilla Rush. He came back to make a video to sell supplements. And nobody cared. Well, 31,000 people did. It's not nobody, but in comparison to the old videos, they got hundreds of thousands, if not millions of views. People don't give a shit. And so if you're looking for doctor-prescribed medications and blood work, you can go to Merrick Health. Or if you want it to be about half the price of that, you can go to Algo RX, of which I'm an equity owner. These guys, I don't want to say they used to work for Derek. Yes, they do. They used to work for Derek and help grow that company. And so Do you want to pay full price, maximum price? Go with Merrick Health. If you want to pay about half price for the quality pharmaceutical supplements that you're looking for, like enclomiphene, Cialis, Viagra, Talmosartan, the stuff that you're looking for and you can get elsewhere for perhaps double the price. Well, if you can't afford it, you're not a millionaire and you're on a budget, click that link, AlgoRx, code Greg, 10% off.
Gorilla Mind Rush, which is the stim bomb nootropic formula meant for, banging out 12 plus hour work days, hitting PRs.
And so he came back to release a product perhaps half as good as G-Focus Limitless. If you actually want a really good supplement and you're looking for exactly what Gorilla Mind Rush is selling, this one's better. HTLT G-Focus Limitless, and code Greg has it 15% off. And so whatever Gorilla Mind has, we just do it better. I'm sorry. I'm just being honest. If you don't believe me, you can ask anyone. I don't care who you ask. Mike Israetel, the beef is back. Even Mike Israetel is going to admit that my Ajuga Turk Platinum Turk Builder Max is far superior to Derek's. Mine is not a lie. Mine is not a scam. Derek's is a scam. When it doesn't have inside the package what's listed on the label, it's a scam. No matter how you look at it, Derek is lying. And so if you think Gorilla Mind is as good as HTLT supplements, then you're just a moron. You're an idiot. Or you just believe the hype. I mean, they sponsor hundreds of high-level influencers who have to have millions of followers, and so you believe them. And so that's what it is. But if you're looking for the best supplements, code Greg, 15% off.
Many feats of highly demanding cognitive work or physical, feats were achieved.
Derek, with that massive vocabulary, have you ever heard of the word succinct? Being able to speak and articulate and condense words into shorter sentences. To be able to squeeze, a 56-minute and 17-second video into perhaps 20 minutes or less. Something that people will actually want to sit and listen through. You take all of that information and you squeeze it down. You simplify it so that the average viewer who's perhaps at a grade 9 intellect level that they can understand, that they'll sit through it and get what you're saying. There lies the problem. You just yap for so long that people lost interest. How is it possible that Coach Greg, 20 years the senior of Derek, both of us on HRT, both of us using supplements, why did I maintain or in fact build more muscle than Derek? Derek looks like he's lost 30 plus pounds of muscle, while I look like I've gained. What is going on? Since the last 5 years, I haven't done a steroid cycle in over 5 years, been maintaining HRT. Why is it that I haven't lost all of my gains, but Derek has? Do you think Derek uses his own supplements, or do you think he uses mine? How many of you, raise your hand, think that Derek uses Turk Builder Max and Turk Platinum from HTLT supplements in secret? I don't think anyone believes that. How many people think it's more likely that he's using Gorilla Mind Rush, Gorilla Mind Smooth, whatever other supplements he's selling? It's Turk Plex. If there is such a thing as the proof is in the pudding, the proof is in the pudding. Compare our physiques. Why have I maintained? I'm racing. Look what I'm wearing. Do you know what I just did? I just won another bike race in the hardest level. I'm 49. How am I doing 7 hours plus of bike racing a week, lifting weights twice a week, and I maintain more muscle than Derek? Think about it. Are Derek's supplements better than mine? If so, where's the muscle? Where's the proof? Why hasn't he maintained? Explain to me how Hussein Farhat built all that muscle and maintained them. I mean, I'm hearing he went on cycle for 18 months, built all of his muscle, and then just got off and maintained. I'm hearing he went on steroids for the first 18 months, gained all of his muscles, hopped off, and just maintained those gains. Where's Derek's gains? Why hasn't he maintained? Give me some excuses. Give me some reasons. Explain it to me. Make it make sense. I want to believe. I want to hear how Derek lost all those muscles. Hey, he's been on HRT for perhaps 5 years. Where did the muscles go? Why didn't he maintain? Why is it that I was 192 pounds this morning and just over a year ago, 183? How am I 9 pounds bigger, haven't upped my doses of testosterone, And Derek looks to have lost 30 plus pounds of muscle. Make it make sense. And so I don't care which photos you've looked at. Look at him while he's on steroids at his best. Look at him just a couple of years ago on HRT. Compare his physique then to his physique now. Where has his physique gone? He has melted. Bring back the steroid horror stories. It's why most people started watching you. Those were by far your most entertaining pieces of content. Well, if you wanted to hear steroid horror stories, you have my channel. Still posting videos, haven't gone anywhere. I still average 10 videos or more each and every week. Derek, YouTube miss your delts and sauna, bro. Come back, please. Yeah. Where did his delts go? I mean, he came back for this video, but his delts, they didn't do the same. He came back, his muscles didn't. Looking great, Derek missed you. Apparently, when you lose all of your muscles and you now look like a marathon runner, perhaps he's the size of Borat. That is what looking great is. And so, guys, you really thought that you needed to have bowling ball delts to have tons of muscle, 200 plus pounds? That's not what you need. You just need to be lean. Just do some cardio, maintain your fitness, and you look great. And I'm not being sarcastic. You actually don't need to abuse steroids to look great. You just need to be fit, have lower-ish body fat levels, 15%, for example, and you're going to do fine. We all miss your content, and I would say, yeah, they still miss it because this is not it. People don't miss 56-minute rants about his stims, his pre-workouts, supplements. They want actual information. Please start making content again, Derek. His response, it's coming. Winter is coming. Less plates, less dates. I'm going to argue that you don't get more dates by lifting more weights. I don't think that if you have an exceptional amount of strength that you're going to actually get more girls. I think leaner is where it's at. We all saw that post from Borat, of which that woman, she said, this look is a repellent to women. Yeah, a repellent to you because you ain't it. We're not chasing the twos. Well, guys who are ones are, but multimillionaires don't give a shit what your opinion is of what we look like. If you want to look good to attract a woman and so on, just get fit. You don't need massive amounts of muscles, a little bit above average perhaps, but what you really want to do is avoid being fat. If you can get to a healthy 15% body fat, trust me, it's going to make a world of difference. Brother just comes back to do commercials for his supplements now. Unfortunately, the Gorilla Mind subs are not allowed in Germany. And is the Turk situation gonna get addressed? Of course it's not. Why would Derek address it? He would lose. Bringing it up, he does not want to do that because he knows he's lied. He knows he's scammed. Does it look like I have a lawsuit set against me? I have chain of custody proof with receipts that they're lying. And so if it gets brought up in court, I can't wait to prove to the world that I ain't lying and not scamming. They are. The other supplement companies that we've tested, and we've tested a bunch, all lying. We're not. You don't need to believe me. I don't care. If you want to try Turk Platinum, Turk Builder Max, code Greg 15% off. If you don't like it, if it doesn't meet your expectations, money back guarantee and a $20 gift card. And if you happen to have bought a Gorilla Mind bullshit, you can get our product for 50% off because anyone that shows proof that they were scammed, you just need to send your receipt or picture of it, whatever, that you bought somebody else's product, 50% off. I want you to try something that's legit. And that way you can really understand why in my videos I explain it's far better than creatine. I watched a Dr. Mike video, which of course I have a response. And some of the comments said, how can you say that it works? There's no studies proving that it works. And so when you say that you took it and that it worked, you're being disingenuous. And so am I supposed to take a product that doesn't have 500 meta-analysis proving that it works and say, hey, I took it and I didn't gain any muscle, I didn't have more energy, I didn't recover faster, I didn't win my bike races, nothing good happened. You want me to lie about my experiences using said products? You want me to lie? I tell you the truth. If you don't believe me, you don't need to. You don't have to buy it. You can buy Derek's products. You know, one pill of mine is more Turk than their entire bottle? That's fine. Why do you think that is? Because they don't sell a Juga Turkestanica. I sell Juga Turkestanica. And so what Derek's doing, it's, for example, if I was selling creatine monohydrate, and instead of creatine monohydrate, I was selling you taurine, it ain't creatine monohydrate. Taurine could still be a benefit, but it's not creatine. It's something different. And so my product is different than Derek's. Derek sells something from China. I sell something from Uzbekistan with also other ecdysteroids from various countries. For example, Russia. Where are the delts? Am I the only one missing them? He's definitely downsized for longevity and to focus on Gorilla Mind, but he should still pop one for the boys. He seems downsized for sure, but it seems as though he's not training no more. Everyone knows I made a lot of money. Everyone knows I have a couple of nice vehicles and also that I have a couple of bikes. If somebody made me choose between my, let's call it a $4,600 bike and multiple $100,000 vehicles, I'm picking a bike. If somebody made me choose between $1 billion and working out and being fit, I'm choosing working out and being fit. $1 billion without my fitness and my health and what I truly love and am passionate about, it ain't worth it. Derek has sold his soul for money. Whatever he was passionate about, lifting weights, making videos, sharing to the world his experiences, don't give a shit. What does he want to do? Make money. Merrick Health, supplements, that's it. Comes back, makes a commercial to sell supplements. That's it. Does he lift weights anymore? Looking at him, it's possible he's completely given up. I lift weights twice a week. If Derek lifted weight twice a week, he would be lifting weights as much as me. I race bikes hard. What do you think that does to your pectorals, delts, and so on? Do you think that doing very hard cardio, endurance rides, is making it easier for me to build muscle, or do you think it makes it harder? How many cyclists do you think look like me? Look at bike riders. Do bike riders look like this? Last I checked, they do not. Most of them are at my height, 130, 150 pounds, 192. Let it sink in for a while. Remember, I'm not 20 plus years of age. I'm not 30 plus. I'm almost 50. I'm turning 50 next month. Whatever Derek's doing, I don't want it. I don't care if he has $100 million more than me. What am I going to do with $100 million? Buy a yacht? I don't like being on a boat. Why would I want a yacht? Do I need a private jet? I don't even need to fly first class. I don't care. I like my bicycle, for Pete's sakes. Derek, we need you to go over Jeff Nippard's video on Hussein and Julian. As if Derek would do that. He's not going to talk about Hussein. He knows Hussein's sponsored by Coach Greg. If he talks about Hussein, he would have to say that he's natural based on all the blood work that he's posted, and he would only get hate. They'd say, how much did Coach Greg and Jeff Nippard pay you off? And so he won't touch that. The Derek Death Star delts have sadly vanished. Looks like you've been detoxing, cleansing, and fasting. Not such a thing as detoxing or cleansing, but he could have lost weight without fasting. Maybe he's on a GLP-1. Derek, I know that your Gorilla Mind hasn't invented these kinds of supplements, but if you are trying to lose weight, you don't need to take Ozempic. GLP Max will do you a solid. I'll send it to you 100% free. All you got to do is ask. GLP Max can reduce your appetite by on average 28%. Makes a dramatic difference. Instead of being starving, food noise through the roof, it's much more manageable. And so if you're interested, code Greg 15% off. You know, these are the kind of supplements we have at HLT Supplements. On top of that, we got GO2 Max for improving your cardio and fitness and health. And so, Derek, if you want to get out there and do your cardio like Coach Greg, perhaps you can race bikes. You can also go on a diet with GLP Max, keep your 100 in check. And, you know, we'll even send you some Turk Platinum or Turk Builder Max so you can go back to the gym and rebuild some of that muscle. What kind of cut is Derek on? Derek's response? Trying to be a peel show this summer. And so Derek finally went on a cut and lost all his muscle. Another argument in favor, why not just main gain? I'm not on a cut. I just main gain. Consistently. You've all seen me. For how many years do I look roughly the same in terms of body fat? Several. Main gain. Why are you so skinny? Are you dying or healthy? I certainly don't think that's a compliment when somebody asks you if you're dying or you're skinny. In before Greg makes a 1-to-1 copy and claims he is the inventor and it's the best on the market. Derek won't kiss you, brother. Derek has so much more class than Greg. Yeah, Derek is so much better than me. I copied his formula. This was posted 3 days ago, and so I went out and I invented this and made it better. I tweaked it. I just copied all his formula and I just doubled it. Or I've already recorded a video explaining exactly what's in here. I don't even know if it's posted yet. And this has been invented for months. And it's way better than Derek's. But I just copy Derek because, what I do, it's like ChatGPT. I say, ChatGPT, print out the best supplement stack you can make, and then I look at it and I just tweak it. This is how I do these things. I didn't spend any time making this the best formula in the world. I just waited until Derek made it and I copied him. Same as all of my videos. I just watch Derek's videos, gives me idea, and I copy it verbatim and I post videos. I used to hear that all the time. Where's Derek's videos? And so how am I copying Derek's videos when they do not exist? Answer that. Our man got off steroids. Happy for you, Derek. Let's say that is true. Why didn't he just maintain all his gains? I mean, that's what Hussein and Julian did, right? I read it. And so how come Derek lost size? I mean, when you go on steroids and go off of them, you just maintain. Why didn't Derek maintain? Of course, if you're looking for supplements or my cookbook, the Circle Diet book, the training books, you can get all that on the website, as well as coaching plans, me and my team. Click the link and apply right now. Subscribe, click the bell button, comment to boost the algorithm, like the video if you liked it. Don't forget about Momentous Clothing. You can get that by clicking the link as well. Watch any of those 2 bloops, and until next time, I am out.